We are talking to women that might feel lost. Do you feel lost in this crazy world? I'm talking to you. Share this out with a woman that is maybe a stay-at-home mom. Maybe she's lost her job. Maybe she works a 9 to 5. Maybe she's exhausted. Maybe she's had trauma. There could be a lot of things, okay? Well, I'm going to help you rebuild your confidence as a woman that, was dependent on a W-2 income from a job, was, at one point, I felt abandoned, when my husband decided to leave. There's so many things. So I'm here to let you know that you can rebuild your confidence. I'm here to tell you that you can create the life you dream of. And I'm also going to tell you that you don't want to, as I said yesterday, and I say so many times, don't want to put all of your eggs in depending on a man, depending on a system, depending on, an organization, an institution. Maybe you've lost trust in all those things. Well, I'm in here to help you stand firm, build roots. Okay, ladies? In this episode of Wake the Fuck Up Daily for the Untethered Woman, we explore Luke 8:15, the seed in the good soil. Hold it fast in an honest and good heart and bear fruit with perseverance. Okay, ladies? This is a really good episode because, if you think about a gardener and how a gardener tends to his garden, and he has to get rid of all of the weeds and all of the, any obstructions that's going to ruin his crop. He wants to make sure his seed blooms with fruit or flower or whatever. It's the same thing with our mind, okay, and our actions. So in a world filled with corruption, cultural confusion, and constant bad news, we have AI that's, taking a lot of jobs. We have so many things going on in the world. Many stay-at-home moms feel exhausted, discouraged, and unsure of who they are. Maybe you have limited income. Maybe your husband keeps the budget tight. Maybe you are afraid to buy anything or do anything because he might get mad, all the things. Maybe tomorrow he passes away. Heaven forbid, we don't want that to happen. But we don't know what the future holds. Maybe tomorrow he says, I found someone else. I'm not in this. I'm not into you anymore, or I want to leave. Or maybe you find out he's been on dating sites. Ladies, anything can happen. We want to build strong families, but I'm telling you that it starts with you becoming strong. Okay. So have you, first I want to ask you, have you outsourced your identity? I talk about that a lot because a lot of women do that. They outsource who they truly are, their power, their wisdom, everything to someone else, to society, to other people, and their validation. And you are so much more than that. And I'm going to give you 10 ways and examples of what that might look like in your life if you are outsourcing your identity. Ladies, I've been there, okay? Have we tied our worth to marriage, children, approval, a job, what they think about you? All of those things, okay? This episode will help you understand what outsourcing identity really means, recognizing the slight ways confidence erodes, re-anchor yourself in truth, rebuild your fire without panic, and produce already fruit in motherhood, marriage, and daily life. Deep roots produce steady fruit. That's in our scripture in Luke today. And you are capable of more than you've been told. Maybe you were, put down when you were young, and so you are lacking confidence. Maybe your husband criticizes you. Maybe your job criticizes you. Maybe you just don't feel worthy, okay? I'm here to tell you, you are so much more than those words, those people. Some people are just toxic, okay? And regardless of what anyone thinks, it starts with you. You've got to change you. It's the way you see yourself, basically. okay? So if you are the mom sitting here watching while you're, doing laundry, maybe you're working out, which would be awesome. I think that you should work out. It's very good for your health. I think you should eat right, feed your body the right foods that fuel your body, your muscles, your brain. Don't fill it full processed bullshit, okay? This is for the one, maybe you're the woman that feels tired, the one that sometimes wonders, who am I now? The one that scrolls through the news and thinks, what is happening in our world? You are not weak. You are undernourished. And today we're going to bring some water to your roots so you can produce fruit, a flower, maybe multiple flowers, okay? In Luke 8:15, it says, the seed in the good soil, hold fast in the honest and good heart, and bear fruit with perseverance. This is not about talent. It's about the soil. It's about what's in here, okay? And what's in your mind. You don't produce fruit because you're lucky. You produce fruit because you're rooted. You know who you are. You know you're worthy. You know you're powerful. You know that you're strong and you're capable of so much more, okay? The world could feel shaking to you. But let's be honest. We see corruption exposed, institutions being questioned, institutions, businesses laying off thousands and thousands of people, right? Cultural instability, constant headlines, moral confusion, and it feels like the ground is unstable. When women start questioning themselves, am I safe? Am I secure? Am I enough? Is my family protected? But the shaking outside does not determine the roots inside. No matter what is going on in the world outside, it's what is going on in here, okay? So what does outsourcing identity mean? Because I was thinking, a lot of people might not know what that means. So here's what outsourcing your identity could look like for you. Instead of being internally anchored, you are externally calibrated. Your mood rises and falls based on reactions. Your confidence rises and falls based on outcomes. Your worth rises and falls based on if someone approves of you, if someone pats you on the back, if someone gives you a like on a piece of content. That's outsourcing your identity. And most of us were never taught not to. So here's the real life examples, okay? I'm going to just gently hold up the mirror so maybe you'll see yourself in these, okay? You feel secure because your husband chooses you, okay? If he withdraws, you collapse. I've been there. I didn't really collapse. I was just like, okay, it was a signal. It was a sign. Something's up, all right? If you feel important because your kids need you. When they grow independent, you feel invisible. Your mood changes based on social media engagement. You feel worthy only when you're productive. Your body weight controls your confidence. You feel powerful only when your political side is winning. I will say, okay, your body weight controls your confidence. I will say, you know what? There's a lot to say about someone that feels fit. Okay, so your confidence will increase regardless when you get fit and you feel healthy. Facts, okay? So people that tell you, just be happy with your body, even if you're overweight, that's bullshit, okay? I'm just gonna tell you that's bullshit. No, expect more from yourself, okay? You will perform better, you will think better, you will show up better, you will close more business if you are fit and you love what you look like in the mirror. And if you are overweight and fat and you say, I like what I see, okay, try getting some abs, try getting fit, and then tell me what you prefer, okay? Because I guarantee you will close more business, you will get more job opportunities, you will build better relationships if you respect yourself enough to be fit and take care of yourself. Does that make sense? So I just wanted to reiterate on that confidence part, on your weight, because It's not about the scale, but it is about being fit and healthy. You feel powerful only when your political side is winning. You silence your intuition to keep church approval. So maybe you're going to church and things don't make sense, or you're questioning things, and you silence your own intuition. That's not good. You're outsourcing your identity. Your trauma story defines you more than your growth. You panic when income fluctuates. You feel most alive when something is wrong. Pause. No shame, just awareness. So why this is happening? Because no one taught you to anchor internally. You were praised for being needed. You were praised for being useful. You were praised for being agreeable. And useful is a role. It is a role. Identity is so much deeper because you were told, you were created in the image of Yahweh, of God, the Creator. What does that tell you? That tells you how freaking powerful you are. Right? Come on now. Thanks for joining, you guys. I'm going to chat with you soon, right after we go through this. Luke 8:15 says, the good soil holds the word fast. That means you choose what you grip to, what you feel anchored to. Anchor in truth. Anchor in Yahweh. Anchor in your power, your wisdom, belief in yourself, confidence in yourself. That you are not tied to any person, any like on social media, your church leaders, your boss, just he's kind of got issues, who knows? Okay? The government, some sicko leaders. All right? You are uniquely created in his image. Okay? No comparison, outrage, or headlines. You are unique with your gifts based on your experiences. Your roots absorb that. If you grip truth, discipline, prayer, skill, growth, your soil strengthens. Your mindset is everything, okay? So deep roots are cultivated. So let's keep the brain powerful and excited and enthusiastic about what's to come, what you're building, what you're creating, all the magic that you are going to put out in the world, okay? But through building, here's how you move forward, okay? Building is so much fun. I just want you guys to know that. Building is life. It's like music for me too. I love it. Okay, if everything changed tomorrow, I would still be capable. You need to know that, okay? If your husband left, if the government told you you no longer get assistance, if, you lose your job to an AI person, an AI robot, you will still be capable. You can pivot, okay? Because you've been learning skills. That's why you want to make sure that you are always investing in you, in your mind, your skill set, your knowledge, so that you can create opportunities for yourself, all right? Not because of what you have, but because of what you are becoming. So here's what you can do. Build one skill. Confidence grows from competence. You learn budgeting, investing basics, communication, health discipline, a side income skill. We talked about that yesterday. You don't need 10 streams of income, okay? But if you can learn if you can start with one, all right? But I think that if you are unhealthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, start with that, okay? You need to get whole. And you can learn some new skills while you're doing that. But I believe that once you become healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, you're eating right, you're nourishing your body, then you are going to believe, you're going to have some more confidence, okay? And then you're going to be like, oh, I just overcame all this. I can do more. Maybe you're already fit, but you just want the skills, okay? You can start with adding some skills, okay? Protect your nervous system. If you consume trauma content daily, Your body reacts like you're in danger. Okay. Yes, I've been sharing a lot of what's going on in the world. I don't let it consume me. I know what's happening. I'm bringing awareness to what's happening. I am anchored in who I am, and I have a strong faith in Yahweh. I know how this all turns out. Okay, but there's a lot of the world that still doesn't even know this is happening. And it's important that we bring awareness to mothers and children, and so that they can just be aware. Okay, so they don't fall in a freaking trap or loop, or, they know what's been going on. So you can critically think. Okay, chronic cortisol, you don't want that. Okay, it attracts disease. Okay, it impacts your sleep. It increases anxiety, increases your belly fat. All right, you don't want that. And it clouds your clarity. So you want to limit your exposure. Give yourself time frames that you're willing to work on that, or consume it, or whatever you're doing if you're a creator. You cannot build fruit from an inflamed soil. All right, tend to your body, lift weights, eat protein, sleep, hydrate, walk. I've been adding yoga. I'm loving it. The stretches are so amazing. I think everyone needs to stretch. It's crazy when you don't stretch like that every day. It's wild when you realize, wow, and it adds so much balance, and we want that as we grow older. So, and as I'm doing it, I'm thinking it's releasing like stress from like muscles and different things. Like it's energy that we have stored in our body. We got to get rid of it. And I think that yoga is really great for that. Strength stabilizes your identity. So speak truth 3 times a day. I am grounded. I am capable. I am entrusted. I am building. Okay. Return to it when pressure rises. Just remember, ground yourself back, to center, and know what your purpose is, what you're doing. Okay. That is how roots deepen. And what this looks like as a mom. Okay. You're not panicking at the headlines. Okay. You stop spiraling at every opinion. Just you're calm, you're disciplined, your faith anchored in action. All right. Your children borrow that stability. So make sure you know that they're watching you. So as a wife, you build skill quietly. You increase your options. Don't ever just leave yourself dependent on a man. I can't say that enough, or a system, an organization, anyone. You are capable of so much more, and you can have more of anything you want. Okay, so don't think less of yourself. All right, you increase your options. You can contribute strength. All right, not from competition, but from confidence. You are not behind. You are cultivating. You are not powerless. You are rooted. The kingdom is not imported into, it is awakened and cultivated within you. Deep roots, steady fruit. And everyday moms who root themselves become unshakable women. You're unstoppable. You're untethered. Stay untethered. All right. Should we say a prayer? Now I'm going to chat with you guys. Need my glasses. Crazy comment. Hello. Yahweh, thank you for another day. Thank you for the breath in her lungs, for the wisdom you continue to provide, and for the clarity rising within her. Thank you for her family, for the growth happening even when it feels quiet, and for the strength you are building through responsibility. Thank you for the relationships in her life, for the opportunities already present, and for those unfolding in perfect timing. Thank you that she doesn't need to wait to matter. She is here for such a time as this, and we honor her courage. And I say these things in Yahshua's name. Amen. Hey, what time is it where you guys are? Is it nighttime when I come on at this time? Please tell me a side hustle. Oh my gosh, there's so many. What do you like? real estate, sales, financial services. You know, there's different things in financial services. There's like, you can do loans, you can, or even just refer loans. You can get into merchant services. All businesses have merchant services, you know, and maybe they're paying fees. There's so many different side hustles. It depends on what you like. You can coach, fitness. So many things you can do. What excites you? I was in banking for over 23 years, so I like to help women get fit because I think they perform better. But then also, I love financial services. I love real estate, XRP. You can get into crypto. That's taken its time, though, as you guys know, if you are into crypto. It's seen a drop, but I think it's all intentional, just so y'all know. I think there's a reason that they've dropped it so low. And, you know, President Trump has invested. I mean, him and his family have invested in a big way in crypto and digital currency. So, you know, it's not going anywhere. XRP is one I've got my eye on, because I know how it's going to be used in the financial system, and I feel confident with that one. So, but I think it's all intentional reason why it's low right now, but I think it's going to be massive, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, there's all kinds of things you could do. Anyway, I appreciate you joining. Share this with a woman that you think needs to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe to Tina Parker TV, and you can find me on Instagram at @TheRealTinaParker. And I hope you guys have an incredible Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Love you guys.